There seems to be a growing need all over the city for support at the preschool level, especially with the rise of autism spectrum disorder being diagnosed. And the key to a lot of development is starting early. And the earlier we start working with children, the more effective change we can have.
What we're trying to do is to teach our children, who are going to be our future citizens, to be inclusive of all people and children.
Every child in a class with a facilitator is benefiting. What teacher wouldn't want to have a third pair of hands helping out and ensuring that children are really learning?
ALC was a self-contained classroom for special needs kids in an inclusive preschool. So 16 years ago, they decided to change the model and have special needs kids actually included in the classroom with an inclusion specialist teacher. And so it was a new experience for everyone, including the typical kids, to have special needs kids in their classroom.
You often cannot identify the child receiving extra support, and you often will not know that the inclusion specialist is part of the Adaptive Learning Center, and that is by design. Our inclusion specialist can be seen leading the circle time. They can be seen doing everyday tasks within the room, and most definitely they are seen interacting with all of our children. And that is a strategy that we use to pull the child being facilitated in, but it's also to include the facilitator as well as the child within every piece of our class.
We create an individualized education plan for each child that has goals and objectives. And so we follow that whole educational plan through their preschool years. And then we use that as a springboard to help transition them into kindergarten so that they can keep on track with their goals and objectives.
We were experiencing a number of children who were having a hard time focusing in the classroom, who had some learning challenges, and it made it difficult for us to serve all of the children in the best way possible.
Lots of studies are discovering that the preschool years are really the most important. We spend a lot of money in our society supporting college and higher education, but it's actually these formative years are critical to a child's success over a long period of time.
When they come to our house, their home lives are often marked by instability, and that really affects their learning environment, that affects their social emotional behavior. We have a great partnership with the Adaptive Learning Center that provides 2 facilitators in our pre-K classroom.
Get the kids caught up to the levels that they need to be with their peers in the upcoming year, and give them the confidence that I can do this, this is what I'm supposed to do.
There has certainly been a reduction in the number of what we call meltdowns or colorful behavior that is displayed in the classroom, because they know the ALC facilitators have given them tools to help themselves when they feel that type of behavior coming on.
I mean, throughout the year you build such a rapport with the kids that you know what they find rewarding, and sometimes just a little simple like pat on the back or just a even a thumbs up, like good job. I mean, like, that can be so powerful for these guys. It's a really good feeling all around. I mean, it's great for me. It makes my day a lot better.
I think parents tend to go into survival mode, and they've pieced together as much normalcy as they can within their household. And the Adaptive Learning Center facilitators and supervisors give them a lot of strategies to continue the growth and development at home as well as in the school setting.
You're a family that has a child with special needs. Oftentimes you feel isolated from others. You might be the family that's not invited to birthday parties, but when you're in an inclusion program, you have a social life with your child because they have friends that are their age.
You know, we went from a mental disaster to such a welcoming environment, and it's changed our son's life.
My favorite special that I go to is French, and then I also like recess too, and art.
We're tracking every single child daily on their development, and then we also send notes home to the parents every day on what the child did. So it's a great documentation of their success, which helps them when they get to elementary school continue on that track.
I think his favorite thing is probably to go outside and go on the slides. Do you like to go on the slides, Andrew?
Yeah.
The therapist, the ALC facilitator, the preschool, his doctors here locally all work together. They communicate with each other. Everything is done with a purpose. And I can tell you 2 years ago, I didn't feel that way.
They all adore him. He has so many friends in our classroom, and they're very, very good with him, and they include him, they bring him toys, and they help him within the classroom, and he gets so excited when he sees them too.
I mean, by the first week, he just has this huge smile when we walk into the building.
Long beyond their preschool years, we hear from families who are just so thankful to have been a part. And personally, as I see children who've graduated from our program in mainstream classrooms, I smile every time I think about it.
We want to make sure that the ALC grows, expands, thrives, so we can continue to help other children.